messages that come out today, and I just want to take a minute to thank my spirit guides, my ancestors, the ascended masters, and the divine beings for being present in this reading and bringing the messages that need to be heard out into the open. And if you guys wanted to be able to donate to the channel or purchase a question, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. So let's get started with this reading. What messages do they want us to hear today? So, we have plant the seeds and let go. You don't watch water boil, do you? Continuous care is needed, but it also takes time and patience. Don't watch the garden grow. Go live your life and check in regularly. Consistency is necessary, but so is not hovering over things. Interdependence is built on trust and respect as much as love. Codependency has love, but usually lacks trust, respect, or both. Be at peace and don't worry about the outcome. Live now and prepare for tomorrow and any results that could come. It could end horribly or work out beautifully. Stressing and overthinking never helps. So, if you're working on something, it's time to really remember these things. Planting the seeds and letting go. You know, it's when you're boiling water in the kitchen to cook something, you don't stand there and stare at the pan waiting for it to boil. Continuous care is definitely needed, but it also takes time and patience for things to come to fruition. So don't watch the garden grow. It's time to live your life. Check in regularly. Consistency is definitely a necessary thing, but when you hover over things like a helicopter, it kind of puts a damper on things. Interdependence is definitely built on trust and respect as much as it is on love. Codependency usually has love, but it does lack both trust and respect. So don't worry about the outcome. Live in the moment. Be present. Prepare for tomorrow and any results that could come, but try not to overthink the situation or watch it too closely. It could end horribly or it could work out beautifully, but overthinking never really helps. Union calls. My love for you never seems to die. I really don't see a reason to lie. I wish you saw what I see in you. Listen to my voice, it speaks true. You think you're mired in darkness, I know, but please accept my healing flow. Cleansing rain finds you now, no more pain etched in your brow. Waterfalls crashing down in your eyes, I'd happily drown. Ain't no place for heroes is right. Saving myself is out of sight. No more fear holding me back. There is nothing that we lack. So you could definitely be going into union with someone, and like it says, you need to be there to care, love, water it, nurture it, things like that. But you also need to take a step back, and you need to still be living your own life, not allowing this situation to distract you from the goals you have going on in your life and what you're working on. Allowing it to unfold naturally and peacefully, and not allowing your mind to overthink or obsess about it, and not holding on to it so tightly. Realizing that it's okay if it works out and it's okay if it isn't. You were fine before it started, but you'll be fine after it ends if it does end. And if it doesn't end, then awesome. But either way, it really needs to have that respect and trust as much as it does that love. And if you don't have the respect and trust in that situation, then you shouldn't even be in that situation anyway. And it's time to pull back energy. It's time to find a good balance on when to take action and when to wait patiently with open receptivity. Listen to your intuition. What does your higher self tell you? And what does your higher self tell you? It's time to do... when does your higher self tell you it's time to do? Where does it tell you to wait with faith and trust, knowing that your hard work and perseverance will pay off? Dive deep and know balance can be found externally, only when it's found internally. So, you really need to look at yourself. If you're feeling upset, if you're feeling worried, if you're feeling nervous, if you're feeling like you need to start obsessing over a situation or overthinking it, look inside of you, because the problem lies inside of you. It doesn't lie in the situation you're dealing with. It lies within. The only way you're going to be able to find peace externally is by finding that peace inside of yourself, and by nurturing that peace, growing that peace, and by being able to remain in that peace even when things do go wrong. Because many times in life, things will go wrong. That doesn't mean that you did something wrong. That means that things were meant to play out the way that they were meant to play out. We have the Eight of Swords, the King of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Ace of Wands. So, believe in the power that you have to affect change in the world around you as well. Believe in the rituals that you are doing. Believe in your meditation. Trust and have faith in your prayers. No more overthinking this situation, really. There's been far too much overthinking this situation. And many situations have been ruined throughout time through overthinking. You're trapped in a prison of your own mind, but it's a prison of your own mind. It's not a prison anyone else is creating. It's a prison that you are allowing yourself to live in. This prison in your own mind is something that you are choosing, and you can choose at any time to turn that prison off. And yes, it does take hard work. It takes commitment. It takes you being able to set aside your worries and your fears and being able to trust and have faith, being able to listen to your intuition and follow where it leads without feeling like you need to grasp for control. Because really, we don't have much control over anything other than our own emotions, our own thoughts, and the way that we respond in situations. Time to have some new thoughts, new ideas, new understandings about the things that are going on in your life, how they're working out, what is being done, what is not being done. Really time to take action, to go after what you're most passionate about, to decide this is what I want, and to steadily work towards it instead of being in and out, hot and cold, on and off. You may even be dealing with somebody who's a bit in and out, on and off, hot and cold, and they may even really want this passionate new beginning, but they may be stuck in a prison of their own mind as well. And your prison in your mind that's causing all this overthinking and distraction isn't going to help the case any either. So you need to be at peace. And the more you nurture peace, the more it will be nurtured in the connection on a whole. Aligning yourself with your path, being able to feel what is best for you, being able to act with integrity, being able to really understand what's going on as well, doing any kind of cleansing, protection, energy work that you need to do to be able to stay in your own energy is going to be very important for you as well at this time. And walks at night are going to bring you a lot of peace, calm, clarity. It's going to get you more in touch with your intuition and pull you out of a fear-based energy and thinking. Knowing that every light has a dark, including yourself. Every being has both light and dark. When we come into contact with somebody, it's all in how our demons play together. Do you want your demons on full alert, causing you to feel stuck, stagnant, distracted, overworked, tired, constantly overthinking, not being able to sleep, not being able to get your work done, things like that? Or do you want to be in a peaceful state, a calm state, where you're able to just allow things to flow and allow things to play out how they're going to play out? It's time to really check in with yourself to understand when it's time to make a move, when it's time to hold back, because it does take an equal balance of moving and waiting, and moving and waiting, having that patience and trust, but also having that drive and that motivation. Let's see what else we have. Wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and your wishes. Power symbol, cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. So once again, cleansing, purifying, protecting yourself. Not allowing the energies of others to affect your energy. That's especially important when you're going into a love connection because you are very intimately entwined with another person. And when you're very intimately entwined with another person, you definitely need to make sure that you are staying in your own energy and that you are not absorbing their energies. And that can be really hard at times, especially when it comes to an intimate relationship. But the best way to move going forward is to really stay in your own energy, stay in your peace, stay in your lane, stay focused on your goals, and continue to work on what's important to you while still checking in regularly to the situation at hand and knowing that those seeds that you are planting gain as much benefit from your absence as they do your presence. You have to have a bit of both in order to create something that is real and solid and stable. Hi, Rashima. Your wishes are definitely going to be coming true in this situation, but things that can mess that up is constantly overthinking the situation or getting stuck to it or feeling like you need to do more than what you need to do. You only need to do so much, and then the other person needs to do so much as well. So doing so much and then backing up your energy and allowing those seeds to sit and ferment and grow and allowing there to be time and patience for the energies to take off is going to be very important. So that's what I have for that portion of message. And in between messages, if you guys would like to donate or if you would like to purchase a question, you can find my Amazon wish list, PayPal, and Cash App all in the description box below. And I truly appreciate any of that you guys do. Honestly, I could use a bit extra right now myself. So I really, really appreciate you guys on that front. So let's see what this next message is going to be. Rashima is sending lucky energy our ways. Keep on smiling. Yep. We don't have any control over anything outside of ourselves, but what we do have control over is how we behave, how we respond, what feelings we allow ourselves to feel, and how much we overthink things. We can control that. No matter how much anybody tells you you can't, no matter how much you tell yourself you can't. The only things we can control is our own responses, our own energy, our own emotions, and our own thoughts. A harvest is just around the corner for you. You might not see it yet, but know that it's there. You have worked long and hard for this, and fertile soil always bears fruit. Have faith. So it's time to have faith, time to have trust, time to allow the fears, the anxieties, and the illusions to fall away. And I'm talking to myself as I talk about this as well, because there's a lot going on in my own situation right now that really does reflect what's going on here. But know that fertile soil always bears fruit. And you don't have to stand hovering over it for it to bear that fruit, right? You can walk away and you can take care of your own things and you can work on your own things. And honestly, taking care of yourself is going to take care of your soil and the fruit that you're bearing even more. Exactly. I feel that same energy. Both of those things are headed this way as well. And I feel like they are definitely headed your way too. Get back to your childlike state. Remove the fear and the thoughts of lack. As children, what did we notice and what didn't we notice? What were the best moments of your childhood? Some of your favorite things to do? What used to make you feel good before life got in the way? Time to be open to the possibilities again. Believe that you can make your dreams come true again, like you did before the world dashed your hopes. You're welcome, Azadi. I think that's how you say that. I'm really not sure. Present now. Arms held high to the sky help us know that we can fly. Remove all fear and doubt within. We are ready for this win. Passion persists to this day. Help us both want to stay. Create magic in this space, out of time and out of place. Shine your light and free the love. Guide us now from above. Shadows plague our minds, but light penetrates and unbinds. No more focus on the past, future left behind at last. In the present we will live, equal take and equal give. Izzy's good. I like Izzy. So, being present now, putting your faith and your trust and your prayers putting your faith and your trust in yourself, really being able to feel confident, feel stable, really being able to feel like things can grow and bloom. Knowing and trusting in the signs and the synchronicities and the messages that you're receiving, and being able to face and see the shadows that are plaguing your thoughts and your minds, and being able to free yourself of those things is going to be a lot of where your focus should be placed at this time. No more focus on the past, no more focus on the future, but focus on this present moment right now. Focus on what creates an equal give and take. Focus on, well, some people are like, well, you know what? I love to give. And if I love to give, then I should be able to give. Well, yeah, to a certain extent. But if you overgive, then you teach people to overtake and that you're just going to be there giving. So you need to make sure that you give at a measured amount, that you give, but not too much, and that you're open for the other person to give to you as well. That you're able to say, yeah, sure, I would really appreciate that if you did that when somebody offers something. Instead of saying, no, I got this, I can take care of it myself. I don't really like when people do things for me because I've had to do things forever by myself, and I can do things forever by myself because, you know what, I don't need anybody's help. I don't need anyone or anything. I'm doing just fine on my own. And you know, great, great. And yes, I am that person at times. But you really do need to open yourself up to other people being able to give if you ever want to have an equal give and take, and not just something where you're giving. Because that does require you too. We make the choices to allow that dynamic to continue by telling people that we don't want anything, we don't need anything, and we're strong enough to make it on our own. So get out of my way. And by standing there doing everything for them while you're saying that. No, you need to be like, sure, I would absolutely love it if you could come over and help me out today. That would really greatly help me. That would make me feel so much better. I would really be able to get a lot more done because somebody is helping me out. And you know what? I'd also be able to come help you out later this week with what you got going on. And that makes it an equal give and take. The stars, the King of Swords, and the Five of Cups, the fox and the dragonfly, not staring at what has been lost in the past, but really hoping for a bright future, forgetting about the past, letting go of the past, allowing the past to die out, and knowing that the light that you spread and shine on the world is going to come back into your space too. Yep. I can relate to that very much so, though. I've had a lot of times in the past where I have overgiven to situations and people overtook, but really you can't blame them because you told them I don't want anything. And you gave and gave and gave, and they accepted it. You can't blame them for being open and receptive and accepting the love that you're giving them and trying to give you love when you wouldn't allow it. I mean, that's just as much your fault as it is their fault, because honestly, they should have insisted. But it's just as much your fault as it is their fault. Somebody could be feeling a lot of shame, a lot of guilt, a lot of remorse, a lot of sadness over the things that have been lost and left behind, over the amount of hope, faith, and trust that you haven't had in a situation in the past. And for some of you, that situation may actually be revitalizing and coming back into being, because the dragonfly is about reconciliations a lot of times. And the fox is about life partner, having a life partner. And it's also about intelligence. Yes, affirmations about allowing things really help with that as well. Allowing and knowing you're worthy, knowing that you do deserve to have things given to you or done for you as well. And sometimes it's not everything that you wanted it to be, but sometimes the universe is like, well, this is what I'm offering you right now, so take it or leave it. And if you're not going to be grateful for this, then I'm not going to give you anything else either. So we have to be open and receptive. We have to accept those things in, and we have to be grateful for them. Having that hope and that faith and being able to see the light in the dark, being able to see the good things in the bad things, really being able to have a game plan as well, being able to communicate in a mature way, being able to communicate your hopes, your wishes, your dreams without fear of the future or without sadness or pain from the past tinging the message that you have to bring forward and the things that you are believing in and hoping in and wanting in your life. Triple spiral, listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. Take the lessons there are to be learned from the past, but then allow it to fall away. Allow yourself to forgive and allow yourself to leave it behind. Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. Wow, November 1988. I was born in July 1988. I was born 7/8/88, and I was born a month late. When I was a kid, I was always like, you know what? How cool would it have been to be born 2 months late? And then I could have been 8/8/88. I think that would have been pretty cool. So I guess 7/8/88 is good too. So there's definitely going to be manifestation of your wishes and goals by harnessing universal energy. That means by staying in your own energy, by cleansing, clearing, and protecting yourself, by really being able to let go of the fears and the doubts, by being able to embrace the possibilities, by being able to believe and have faith and have trust in what you are manifesting and the direction that you are going in life, by being able to let go of the past, by being able to let the past die, by being able to allow the new to come in without overly worrying about whether or not the new is going to play out the same way as the old did. Because a lot of times the new isn't going to play out the way that the old did. But by overthinking and behaving in the same ways that we did in the old, we can actually create the same dynamics again. Because by taking back our power, we realize and understand that we were part of the dynamic in the past. We made choices in that situation too, and those choices determined how things happened. So by making new choices and different choices in this next situation, we can see how those new choices and different choices affect a different outcome, because you create a different outcome with different actions than you did in the past with the actions you made then. So, in between messages, if anybody wanted to be able to donate or purchase a question, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. And I really do appreciate all of you who do those things. It really does help me out very much. And let's see what else our guides want to talk about today. You may have dealt with very bullying siblings growing up. Of course, they learned it from somewhere. Know that it wasn't your fault. You are just a beautiful swan in the wrong family. But honestly, it was the right family to make you the person that you are. So be grateful that you aren't blind to things that are similar. It's why you are 10 steps ahead. And you know what? Life is a lot worse for people who aren't 10 steps ahead. You're 10 steps ahead because you already know what these situations are, how to deal with them, what causes them, things like that. Because really, when it comes to, I'll put it this way, when it comes to people beating their children for what they feel like is wrong. Oh, I don't like this, so I'm going to beat you. Well, you just taught your children if they don't like something, they beat that person. That's what my ex's family taught everybody in their family. If they don't like something, you beat that person. Instead of teaching them that if you don't like something, you sit down and you have a respectful discussion about it. If you dealt with somebody who they didn't like something, so they sat there calling you a bunch of names and throwing a big fat temper tantrum, as a parent, that parent taught their children that if they don't like something, they call people a bunch of names and they throw a big fat temper tantrum. And you may not see all these kids that you see running around throwing these temper tantrums. Their parents look like they're, these stable people that are solid and they would never do anything of the sort. They're doing it because their kids learned it from somewhere. Their kids learned it from them. If their kids are running around beating the crap out of other kids and bullying them, their kids learned that from them. If their kids are able to have a conversation with somebody respectfully and sit down and address issues, they also learned that from them. And that doesn't mean, feel so bad for these people that you allow them to abuse you. That's not what that means. What that means is you can understand what happened and why they are the way that they are. it also allows you to be able to let go of it easier, to be able to live with it easier, to be able to understand it easier, to have a little compassion for it, to not have so much judgment for it. Because when we're judging the world outside of ourselves, we're judging ourselves too. So instead of judging the world outside of ourselves, when we feel like that, look inside of ourselves and see what it is about us that we're maybe not so happy with, or that we're maybe feeling guilty about. Tips for taming your temper. This was actually written by a friend of mine in the past. Think before you speak. It's easy to say what you will regret later on. Take a few minutes to collect your thoughts before saying anything. Allow others involved to do the same thing. I was working with her on a lot of things like this, and so she decided that she was going to write down a list of these things. Once calm, express your anger. As soon as you have a clear thinking process, express your frustrations in an assertive but non-confrontational way. State your concerns and your needs clearly and directly without hurting others or trying to control them. This is how parents should be interacting with their kids. And this is what they teach them in how to react to, or in how to deal with other people when they deal with them in this manner. I could see that. You know what? I have that too at times, though, and whether it feels warranted at the time or not, sometimes I do actually feel a little bad about some of the things I said, even if they were completely true, because they could have been said in a way that didn't hurt quite so badly. Hi, Sienna. I don't know if she's here watching this, but... Oh, no. Okay. Never mind. Anyway. Sorry, I just got a message from the tarot reader I met while I was out a couple months ago in town, which was actually kind of awesome because this is a really small town. To find another tarot reader here was pretty kind of cool. I've seen you so many times before. I hope one of us one day starts a conversation. I'd love to see if your voice is as amazing as I imagine it is. I catch myself watching you at times when you don't know it. I've tried to convince myself to approach you, but you make my knees weak and my mouth dry. I need some new energy in my life. You are so zesty, and I feel like it would be so fun to hang out together. I have to remind myself that I have work to do every time that you are near. You are a distraction. I love that, and I hope that never ends. So for some of you, there could definitely be a new person coming in, one that has been keeping an eye on you for a while, and one that really would like to approach something with you, but is feeling a little intimidated at the moment. They have some things to work through before they can make that contact. And so it could be taking a little while. And for others of you, this could definitely be somebody that you have dealt with in some sort of way, and that you guys have distracted each other in the past. Which is why at the beginning of this message, there was a lot about being able to still continue doing what you're doing and focusing on that. Even if you come into a situation with someone, being able to really remind yourselves that what you're working on is important too. The things in your life are important too. And if your life was going good before this person came in, your life will be going good when this person isn't there. So remembering to give to the situation, but also remembering that you have things that you have going on too that are just as important, and not allowing all the important things in your world to fall away simply because there is a love connection in front of you, which can definitely be extremely hard at times. So let's see what else we have here. We have the Emperor, we have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the King of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. I feel like you have been an inspiration for someone to get on their shit. You've been an inspiration for someone to take back the power and control in their life and to do things that are healthy for themselves as much as other people. I feel like you also have really broken free of that energy yourself, that people-pleasing energy where you're working so hard for everyone else, but the things that are going on in your life don't matter so much. And now you're coming out of that and you're really feeling inspired to go after what you want and to do some things in your life for you. Don't be pissed off at the people who allowed you to do this because you were wanting to do this. Don't regret the decisions you made to do those things either, because you were working hard for the people that you loved. And that's okay. But it is also okay to step over here and go, okay, I've worked my ass off for the people that I love, and now I can work my ass off for me. And I can do some things for me too. Allow yourself to feel very motivated and driven. Allow yourself to step into your passion and to go after the things that you want with no shame or guilt. Know that you will have a lot of people in your corner supporting you and backing you up, whether you see them or not, whether you feel them or not. And a lot of times when we're feeling in that energy that everyone's against us because we have broken free of their power and control over us, instead of saying, hey, I broke free of myself and myself that was holding me back and causing me to work so hard for everyone else instead of doing something for me, I broke free of that. And now I'm doing something for me for a change, and that's good too. You may even be working on something at work that is really going to bring you a lot of stability, a lot of financial stability, a lot of completions in the materialistic world. Remember as well what is most important, because money is never the most important, but money does create a stable life for ourselves, a lack of needing other people, while at the same time, having other people around is still good. And having other people around is going to be one of those things that is going to bring happiness into your life as well. Glad you're claiming that, because you know what? I really feel like there's a lot of good things coming in for you. I really feel like there's a lot of good things coming in for you, Izzy. Hi, I'm not sure how you say that, but I'm not sure how you say anything, apparently, when it comes to people's names on here. Aw, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. So, thank you, I really appreciate the donation. It really does help me out, especially today. I'm very, very appreciative of that. So, you are somebody who is a light in the dark. You bring a lot of inspiration to the world around you. Well, these collective messages only end up usually with at the most, I think the most that one of them has gotten is like 185 views. So these are a very small collective of people, so it really probably does feel very personal of a reading. You're very welcome. Thank you again. Definitely appreciate that. You are definitely an inspiration to other people. You are a light in the dark. You really bring a lot of inspiration to people. A lot of inspiration, especially to go after their goals, to go after their dreams, to really step into their power. And also, the example that you lead with is something that people want to follow. You lead with a lot of integrity. You lead with a lot of loyalty, commitment, stability, strength. You're a very protective person. You're somebody who really gives to people. You're somebody who is there to protect people, nurture people, care for people. Somebody who wants to provide for your family. Somebody who wants to really create a different world for your family. And there is definitely a lot of people who are inspired by that and want to follow that example that you put out there. But you also got to remember when you're doing these things that you can't control people, you can't force them to walk down the same path, that you just got to live your life. And that example that you are bringing will affect the world around you and impact it with a lot of change. You're okay. That works too. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing good. What question do you have? I'm going to grab a couple. The blessings coming in because of this energy that you're stepping into, and this, you're really adopting that masculine side of yourself as much as the feminine side of yourself. But remember not to drown out the feminine side of yourself as you're adopting that demeanor as well, because both of them are important. Dragonfly, you bring light to this world, and once again with reconciliation energy, you bring light to this world, and you really do change a lot of things around you. You really do bring a lot of hope, a lot of joy, and a lot of prosperity to the world around you, and all of that will come back to you as you put it out there. Spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. And you know what? I was just talking to somebody yesterday about my ancestors. I warn people. I mean, When I feel like there's a reason for it and I need to, I will warn people. That person that destroyed my RV and kind of screwed me over royally with everything that's going on, I warned him beforehand that, I was like, people know not to fuck with me. And he's like, oh, you don't seem intimidating at all. And I was like, oh, no, I'm not intimidating. But people learn very quickly that my ancestors don't put up with shit. I am very, very spiritually protected. And even before I left his house, I already noticed that all of his trucks, one right after the other, something broke, something broke, something broke, something broke. That guy is going to be going through it for a while for the shit that he put me through. And I was talking to somebody else about that yesterday and telling him that, I'm a very forgiving person, but my ancestors are different. My ancestors are very different than I am. They hold a grudge. And they really get very pissed off at people who fuck with me because I am definitely somebody that is just doing my own thing and is bringing light. And I'm breaking the karmic cycles of our line. And they're very proud of me and they really love to watch me doing this, but they really hate to watch anybody fucking with me. And my dad has been sending me a couple messages between last night and this morning about just that. I was thinking about one of the things he showed me before he passed away about the way that he feels like justice should be handled. And I really did not agree with his version of how justice should be handled because it was very, we'll say Trump-like. It was mobster-like, like mob justice type of thing. And I was telling that guy about that, and then I've gotten a few different things with his name in it even about people just beating the living fuck out of people for fucking with their kids. And yeah. Could we look into the time span of April to May? So April to May. Let's see what the universe has for you between April and May. To be happy and grateful without owning anything is a refreshing reset. So find your happiness, your gratitude, and your peace to find your way back out of the rabbit hole. When material aspects don't make you or don't rule you, you will be ready. So you could be going through a lot of hardship right now financially. A lot of things that are really just causing you to feel like the universe isn't on your side, isn't behind you, isn't protecting you. But just remember that they are. And a lot of what you're going through right now is for a reason. I feel like you're going to be being handed a lot of power financially at some point in the future. And in order to be able to handle that power and use it correctly, they want to make sure that material aspects do not rule you and that you are okay with your life and happy with your life without anything to show for it. And when you are happy with nothing, that's when you will be blessed with a lot more. You will have everything. That's actually what I was going to say to begin with. When you're happy with nothing, you will be blessed with everything. But you may actually be going through a lot of hardship financially during that time. I could see that. Love is more of a priority than money. Take a second to see where your priorities lie. Self-love is an even bigger priority. You can't love anyone right without it. Think of those who have hurt you. Did they practice self-love? And if they did, was your own lack of self-love the problem? We all need to take ownership of certain things to move forward and make changes for our own good and the good of others. So, if you aren't making these changes, then you may actually end up in more dire straits financially. Not to say, not to bring any kind of bad news or anything, because I don't feel like it's bad news. I feel like all of it is needed. But really start focusing on love and the things that are important in your life, making those a priority. And that doesn't mean, throw out the book on everything else, because those things are important too. But there's a balance that's needed there. And I feel like you're going to be making love more of a priority in the upcoming months. Love is going to be being highlighted, and some of the distractions may be moved out of the way so it can be if you aren't doing that yourself. Shine your light. So I want to sing this song now. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine, let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Shine your light on the world today. Spread your light with what you say. Fill your cup up so you can see all the darkness before you flees. Your power is great and meant to heal. Believe in you and know that it's real. Cleanse your energy, carve your legacy, allow yourself to open up, heal yourself, and fill your cup. So, the focus being more on love isn't just for people outside of yourself, it's also for you as well. Focusing on loving yourself, taking care of yourself, nurturing yourself, doing right by you. If you have been in an energy of overworking, like a workaholic type of energy, or overly focused on the finances up till this point, and now they're sitting good, then it's time now to focus on yourself and your body and your care of your body, your mind, your spirit, your care of the people around you, and the way that you're dealing with them. Things like that is really going to be very highlighted over the next couple months. We have the Chariot, the Two of Swords, Justice. Being at peace with the decisions that you have made, being able to move forward, being able to really address both your light side and your shadow side, and being able to integrate the light side and the shadow side into your being, so that you can make decisions from a place of peace and contentment, from a place of solidity and stability, from a place of confidence and knowing that you are following your intuition towards your truest happiness, towards the best outcome for yourself and for others. I'm glad you're focusing on your body more, Izzy. That is definitely going to make a very big difference. The hard work that you have put in is definitely going to pay out. And the seeds that you are planting are going to be reaped. Be at peace with the seeds that you have planted and the fruits that you are reaping. And know that if there is anything that you need to adjust or want to adjust, you can make the adjustments necessary to have different fruits coming out as well. So we have the cheetah. A lot of forward momentum, drive, passion. Being able to be flexible and adaptable. Knowing when to act and knowing when to hold back is going to be very important as well. That's been a very strong message throughout the entire reading today as well. So you may want to go back and watch some of the beginning of this reading too, if you haven't. Really being able to be at peace with the conflicts going on around you, with any kind of gossip or turmoil, any kind of chaos, anything like that. Being able to be at peace if there's anyone that is lashing out at you or attacking you. And really being able to move forward with passion. You're going to be moving forward with a lot of speed. You're really going to be feeling very much at peace. You're going to be listening to your intuition, and you're going to be in this state of ebb and flow. Really being able to accept both the ebb and flow. When there's slow movement, there's slow movement. And when there's fast movement, there's fast movement. Putting some away for a rainy day is going to be a good idea as well. There's going to be a lot of transformations coming in for you. A lot of shifts, a lot of changes, new energy coming in. Letting go of control, letting go of the past. Really being able to stand your ground in a firm position, feeling good about what you have, and not feeling like you lack in any way. And really being able to accept the changes that are coming in. The changes that are coming in are for your highest good. Even when at times they feel like they are changes that are not so good, the changes that are coming in are for your highest good. And they're really going to create some dramatic shifts and some dramatic changes in your life. So let's see what else. Felix Felicitas, power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. trying to be at peace with the conflicts, gossip, and etc. to a place of peace. Power symbol to create lucky serendipitous events. The elements of fire, air, earth, and water combine to create powerful, protective, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional boundaries. The star, the silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity. So twice with the serendipitous energies. There's definitely going to be a lot of situations and a lot of things happening that you are going to feel like the universe has just literally moved into alignment for you. You are going to be feeling like there's a lot of beautiful things around you. And if the sky does get dark, it's time to look for the silver linings around the clouds and to remember that there are good things in every darkness that we face and in every challenge that we have to go through. Really being able to stay in a balanced energy between your passion and your drive, your communication and your learning, your stability, strength, confidence, and your emotions and intuition and sensitivity. All of those things coming together to create a powerful energy. Really being able to blend all of those things together to use them to your advantage as well. And being able to set your boundaries, spiritual, mental, physical, and emotional boundaries, to be able to not be giving too much and not be taking too much as well. And being grateful for everything that is flowing into your life. Thank you for letting me know that. I really do appreciate you letting me know about that. I remember that actually now that you mentioned that. You're very welcome, and thank you for being here today. Yes, it will be. That's exactly what's going on here, is being able to make it through the things that you didn't think that you were going to be able to make it through, being able to see how strong you are and how solid you are, and being able to feel that confidence again. Ooh, nice. You'll get your college results back. That's awesome. And I feel like you're going to do good on them because I feel like you have put a lot of energy and effort into this. And I really feel like that's going to come back to you. So, in between messages, if anybody wants to donate or be able to purchase a question, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list in the description box below. And I truly appreciate all of you who do that. And let's see what the next messages are. You're very welcome, sweetheart. You're welcome. Unresolved issues need to be discussed. It's time to communicate, and you're being called to lead the way. Time to clear the rubble and rebuild your tower with a more firm, solid, and strong foundation. Positive affirmations are important at this time. Free yourself of anxiety. Take a deep breath and make your move. Only you know what you really want to achieve. Believe that it can happen. Take that risk to make that change. Don't let pride get in your way. You may have been hurt, but so was someone else. You may have felt confused, but so did someone else. Look in the mirror and heal your distorted view, and then look at the world again with your new vision. Trust your intuition and don't let fear, people, or pride get in the way. It's time to believe that people can change. Yourself and others can evolve. Pray and have faith, but release control because some don't change and some take far longer. Positive affirmations are important at this time. I'm so glad you're using the positive affirmations because they really do make wonders in your life, honestly. Looking in the mirror and telling yourself that you are beautiful, that you are seen, that you are heard, that your voice matters, that you are amazing, that you make an impact on this world around you. And then looking at yourself and asking, what impact do I want to make? And allowing yourself to make the impact that you want to make is very effective. And that really helps you to be able to change your view of the world around you. When you change your view of yourself, it's amazing the difference you see in the world around you as well. And you may be running into people right now that are showing you that change is a possibility, that are reminding you of that are really allowing you to believe, hope, and have faith again. And there may be somebody from the past who has changed, but it may have taken a whole hell of a long time. And now that you're running into other people in front of you that are changing, you might actually be going, hey, I wonder if these other people have changed now too, even if it took a long time. Same to you as well. And I really hope, good luck on your college stuff and everything going on with that as well. I honestly don't even know that you exist. Just like you, I am busy pining after somebody who doesn't see me either. We are mirrors. I wish I knew how to shine brighter, how to stop being invisible to my interest. Step into your full light, be you, and know that you will have others who notice you. As we are chasing others who don't see us, someone is chasing us too, and we don't see it because we are so focused on something that we can't have instead. Don't settle for the ones who don't see you, or the ones who see you that you don't see. Get to know the ones looking, but don't settle. You could also be bold and make the first move. Who knows? Once I see you, things may change. But so far I haven't noticed you, and it's not your fault. I'm just very focused on someone else, the way that you are on me. So you could definitely be dealing with situations where you are feeling unseen, unheard, not noticed, and don't allow that to affect your self-esteem or your self-worth. Don't allow that to tear you down and make you feel like you are not worthy, you're not lovable, you're not amazing, because you are. Just because somebody doesn't see you doesn't mean that you are not worth seeing, you know? And sometimes, we can make changes in our life in the way that we address the world around us that can actually change how people see us too. If you're wanting to be seen more, noticed more, heard more, then sometimes you have to gain that confidence and put yourself out there. And it is hard to do. It's very hard to do, to come out of that shy energy, or that energy of holding back and not showing yourself to the world, or that energy of feeling like just nobody would ever see you no matter what you did. And, there are things that we can do. It takes work and it takes time, but every little bit of energy that you put towards that makes a difference. At one point in time, when we first moved up here, I didn't know anybody here. And I had been a stay-at-home mom for years anyway, so I really hadn't been out among the world a whole lot. And then my kids were getting ready to go to Head Start, and I wanted them to be able to be confident when around people. I wanted them to be able to talk, to be seen, to be heard. So I wanted to be able to set that example for them. And I also wanted to be able to interact with the people down there and do the activities and be a part of it, which meant I had to face those things. I had to face that anxiety. I had to face that fear. I had to walk out there and I had to be seen and I had to be heard, no matter how much I didn't want to be and no matter how much I didn't know how to be. I had to get out there and do it. And getting out there and doing it is the best way to learn it. So put yourself out there. Allow yourself to be seen and heard. And then you will be seen and heard. And that changes your view of the world around you too, because you're thinking that, oh, people just don't care. No, people just don't notice you, and that's because you're hiding yourself away. Or that's because you're not wanting to be seen, or you're not putting yourself out there. Independence. Step into your power, my dear. Release any and all fear. No more need of others to live. Don't let others take when there's nothing to give. Remember your own life. No longer allow others to cause it strife. BS and drama are not what you need. You deserve to be freed. You are the only one who can change things. What song is it that your soul sings? Take action now to leave behind. Close the doors. There's new to find. So, allowing yourself to close the door on the past, allowing yourself to let go of the way things were, the way things used to be, the way you used to handle things, the way you used to address things. It's time to let those go, and it's time to find new ways of being, new ways of exuding yourself. And that doesn't mean you don't love yourself as you are, but what that means is that you notice things in yourself that you would like to change. And working to change those things is loving yourself. Because if there's something that you feel like you need to do differently in your life, then doing those things differently in your life is something that is going to give you a lot of confidence and a lot more stability, a lot more strength, and a lot more love for you. The gazelle, the beaver, and the horse. And I feel like a lot of this hard work is hard work that you're doing not just for yourself, but your family as well. And this hard work is definitely something that's going to pay off. Allow that to motivate you. You are definitely somebody very driven, very motivated, very goal-oriented. You're somebody who is very free, very spirited, very high-strung probably as well. And you know what? That's okay. Allow people to see who you really are too. That doesn't mean cover up who you are and be somebody different so that you can fit into the world. What that means is start allowing people to see who you are instead of feeling ashamed of who you are, or instead of locking that person away in some sort of way. Act with integrity. Observe things, notice things, really take time to understand things about yourself and about the world around you, and work towards the goals that you have. Little baby steps at a time. Work towards those goals that you have, and those goals will start to materialize. You'll start to notice shifts and changes. You'll start to notice forward momentum and movement. And you'll start to notice that the things that you're working on and the goals that you have are things that are actually things that you can accomplish. You are definitely somebody very free, and you're meant to be free. You're meant to be open. You're meant to be moving forward. You're meant to be in this spirited energy. Page of Cups, the Queen of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. Communication is going to help as well. Being able to have that compassionate, forgiving, understanding, loving, empathetic energy, that beautiful heart-centered energy that you have, and that emotional maturity that you have worked hard for, that emotional stability and emotional intelligence that you have worked hard for, is something that is going to benefit you very greatly in this endeavor as well, because you really do know a lot more than you give yourself credit for. You're a very loving person, and being open and receptive to love coming towards you is something that you may be working on right now. Being open and receptive to the idea that people can notice you or see you or love you is something that you may actually be working very hard towards right now, especially if you're somebody who has had to do a lot on your own throughout your life. Being able to be open and receptive to other people being there to comfort, care for, nurture, and love you the way that you have been there to comfort, care for, nurture, and love others is something that's going to benefit you right now. Being open and receptive to people coming in to offering, or people coming in to express their love, people coming in to apologize, being open to forgiving, being open to communicating, being open to taking action to go after what it is that you want, being open to other people taking action to come after what it is they want, really being okay with that, being okay with having to reject people, and being okay with being rejected yourself, and not allowing that to affect your self-esteem, your self-worth, your pride, your ego, anything like that. Because you know what? Yeah, they rejected you, and that's okay. And yeah, you rejected somebody else, and that's okay too. It's okay, and it does hurt. It hurts on both ends of it. But it's okay. And it's better if you reject somebody now than it is to allow them to think that something could come from this, right? And it's better that those people rejected you rather than to allow you to think that something can come from this. So be okay with rejection, whether it's from yourself or whether it's from other people. Because in doing so, you're a lot more compassionate and understanding. You're a lot less judgmental. You're a lot less self-emaciating as well. You can really tear yourself down thinking that it has something to do with you, when in reality, this person just doesn't feel like you would be a good match. And that's okay. If you don't feel like you'd be a good match with somebody else, you have to be okay with you telling that person that too. And you can't be stopped by the fact that it may hurt them, just like they can't be stopped by the fact that it may hurt you. So learning how to gracefully accept that rejection and be okay with it is healthy for you, and it's also healthy for the other people, because it also tells them that, hey, it was okay that I told this person that I'm not feeling the same way. So next time I run into somebody who's feeling that way about me and I tell them that I'm not feeling that way, that was okay too. Instead of feeling like, oh, I got to hide this now and I got to pretend like I like them because I don't want to hurt them the way that I hurt that other person, and so on and so forth. So let's see what blessings are going to be coming in for you being able to just be yourself and go your own way. For you being able to accept the love you want to accept and deny the love that you don't. For you being able to express your emotions like you are living as the person before all the pain, the hurt, the scars, the trauma. And also being able to be open and receptive to other people expressing their love like it's before the pain, the hurt, and the scars and the trauma. The festival creates an energetic blueprint for a fantastic party or event. Awen, 3 rays of light, balancing the male and female energies, peace and harmony. Confidence, self-confidence, strong self-belief, and a sense of self-worth. So you're going to be gaining a lot of confidence, a lot of stability, a lot of belief in yourself, a lot of sense of worth for you. And you're really going to be feeling good about yourself. You're going to be feeling like you can handle anything thrown your way. And you're also going to be in an energy that is more balanced between the masculine and feminine energy. You know, I've always gotten so irritated with the fact that everybody's like, women are supposed to be the brakes. Why are women supposed to be the brakes? Why is it okay for men to run around having sex with anyone and everyone, but it's not okay for a woman to? I actually discussed this with a guy a couple years ago because he was all upset that his niece was running around having sex with a bunch of people and she really shouldn't be doing that. And I was like, oh, but it's okay for you to be doing that? You're the one setting the example for her. She looks up to you. She's watching what you're doing, and that's the example she's taking into this world. If you don't like her doing that, then you shouldn't be doing that either. And if it's okay for you to be doing that, then it should be okay for her to be doing that too. I have no judgment for anybody doing any of those things because you know what? She was working her ass off. She was definitely the embodiment of an independent woman. She was doing the things that were good for her, and there's not a lot of people who can handle that. And so, yeah, she had a few more interactions sexually with people than some other people might. But you know what? A lot of that is because they couldn't handle her power that she wasn't willing to give away to them. And good for her. But either way, anyway, balancing that masculine and feminine energy and really being able to be okay with both sides of yourself. And it's really going to be triggering this amazing blueprint, this amazing setup, and this amazing happenstance. You're really going to be feeling good about yourself, and you're not going to be denying any aspects of yourself. You are going to be nurturing, caring for, and loving and respecting every side of yourself. And if other people cannot handle those sides of yourself, then you're going to be looking for people who can. And that's going to create an amazing energetic resonance for great events, great parties, for really being able to just enjoy life and enjoy yourself as you are and not worrying so much what anybody else thinks about that. So that's what I got for that message. And in between messages, if you guys would like to donate or purchase a question, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. And I am truly appreciative of anybody who does any of that as well. I really do appreciate you guys, and I can't thank you enough. So let's get started with the next message that our guides have for us today. So, listen with your heart and you will understand. Let it break upon you like the waves upon the sand. What direction lights you up inside? Where do you feel the most comfortable and at ease? What do you enjoy doing? Who with? Are you making the choices that make you most happy? Or are you letting fear run the day? So, are you allowing fear and anxiety to guide your actions and where you go in life? Or are you listening to your intuition and the peace and the calm that it brings? What people do you enjoy having around you? What people do you feel like you can be your most true, authentic self around? Where do you feel most comfortable and at ease? What do you enjoy doing the most? And who do you enjoy doing these things with? What choices make you most happy? And are you making those choices today? Or are you running away from those choices? That's a really good question to ask yourself. Because a lot of times we can end up in this mindset where, oh, I really want this, and oh, this makes me really happy, but I can't have this, and I'm not even going to try for it. I'm just going to run away and blame the other person, because sometimes we end up blaming the other person when in reality we were the ones who chose to run away from this situation, or to feel like we were unworthy of it, or to feel like they were plotting on us, or whatever the case may be. Captivate those around you with fiery passion and skillful execution. You have everything that you need within yourself. We each have a purpose, and yours is very great. Think of the times when things could have been deadly, but they weren't. You are never alone. The divine, angels, and spiritual realm has your back, but they are not helicopter parents, because unlike most of the people on this earth, they know that that's wrong. It's wrong to be neglectful, but it's also wrong to be a helicopter parent as well. Because when you parent your children as a helicopter parent, you never let them make any decisions on their own. You never let them handle any situations on their own. You're always there to stand over the top of them and to make sure they're making the moves you think are best for them. When they hit 18 and they get kicked out on their ass, how the fuck are they ever supposed to handle this world or know what to do in it? They don't. Because you were always there to do it for them instead of them doing it on their own. And they're not going to do it for you, but they are there to watch over you, to guide you, to protect you. And the best way that you can listen to the messages they have for you is to move away from an energy of fear and into an energy of peace and calm and stability. Meditation is very good for this. Even just sitting outside in nature and listening to the sounds that nature is making is very good for this. It brings your heart calm and your mind peace. And that calm and that peace is necessary for making the decisions that you need to make in your life going forward. So let's see what else we have. You will be able to navigate the hard situations that arise with a positive attitude. Playfulness, happiness, and good fortune are coming to you. Keep an open mind. Some changes, even if they appear bad at first, bring great things. Do not fear. Have courage and face things head on. Do not worry or fret. Live in the moment and go with the flow. Freedom and the ability to break the chains that bind. You are able to keep stability throughout these changes. Your life will be revitalized. You have mental strength to know and see who are friends and who are enemies. So, there is no reason to be fearful and afraid. You know what? In January, at 7 o'clock in the morning, I got a very rude wake-up call where the back end of my RV was ripped off. And it really kind of sucked. I could have fallen into despair. I could have fallen into fear. I could have fallen into anxiety. I could have allowed all the negative emotions to rule over me. Or I could have said, hey, you know what? Maybe this is going to be a blessing in disguise. In some ways it has been. In some ways, not so much. But that's the choice we make. We choose how we handle those situations. We choose how we react. We choose the emotional mind frame that we're in. Even if it doesn't feel like you can choose it, you can choose it. When you start to feel that anxiety overwhelming you and welling up in you, and your heart starts beating really quickly, and you're afraid and you're worried and you're nervous, stop and take a deep breath. Take 10 deep breaths if that's what it takes. Allow yourself to come down and out of that. Listen to your heartbeat and feel it. And move it down to a more sedate pace, which you can do. I actually moved mine down to 4 beats a minute in the hospital before I was like, okay, I got to stop doing that before they think there's something completely wrong with me. But you can do that. Anxiety can be overcome. At one point in time, I felt like I was going to have a heart attack, my biggest anxiety attack of my life. I felt like I was going to have a heart attack, literally. My heart was about ready to burst out of my chest. And I stopped. And I took a few deep breaths. And I decided I cannot let this happen right now. Because having a heart attack isn't going to make the circumstances I'm in any better. But taking a few deep breaths, getting my shit together, getting on game, and not giving into this fear and this anxiety and all this crap going on around me is what's going to benefit me the most. And that's what I chose to do. And you can choose to do the same. I am watching over you, and what I see I am so proud of. You have been handling everything so well. Remember that it is okay to cry. Allow yourself to let all of the pain out. Cleansing through tears is very healthy, and it's a form of strength as well. It's okay to take a break, too. I know that you think that you will fall apart if you do, but you'll get right back up again. I know that you will. The longer that you wait to face these things, the harder that it will be. Because they build up, and then they explode over and out and all over everything and everyone if we don't address them when they need to be addressed. So address the things that you're going through. Address the emotions that you're feeling. Face them head on. Do not be afraid of the emotions that you're feeling. Do not be afraid of what you have going on inside of you, but face it instead. Allow that fear to give rise to the courage that you have within you, because you have a lot of it inside of you. And whoever this is that's on the other side that is looking down over you and watching you and protecting you and guiding you on this journey, they really are so very proud of you for everything that you've been doing, everything you've been able to face, everything you've been able to overcome. But they also know that sometimes you need to take a break, and sometimes you just need to take a moment to cry and to let it all out, to rail at the universe. It is okay to scream and yell and cry and to tell them exactly what you think of their stupid bullshit. Because you know what? Sometimes we feel that way, and our feelings are valid. And when you address them and when you let them out in that way, you acknowledge them. You're doing what's right by you. You're doing what a good parent should be doing for you. You are reparenting yourself by telling yourself that your feelings matter. They are valid. They're worth exploring. They're worth expressing. And you're letting them out, but let them out in a healthy way. Don't allow them to overwhelm you and control you, but let them out in a healthy space and in a healthy way. The melting of winter. Find the warmth glowing within. Having optimism is a win. It's growing more every day, melting all the ice away. Your solar plexus shines so bright. It chases away winter's night. As the snow melts, your walls drop. Keep going now. You must not stop. This new ground can seem shaky, I know. Just think of the green grass below. Uncovering your heart is hard work, it's true, but you will be rewarded for all that you do. Allowing yourself to be that loving energy again, allowing your heart to come out onto the playing field again. Stop thinking that your heart is stupid. Stop thinking that the emotions that you feel are not worth being validated or expressed or felt. Start noticing, realizing, and appreciating your ability to feel, your ability to love, your ability to be a beautiful human being who has emotions. You're not a robot. You're not meant to be a robot. And something hurt you very badly in the past and caused you to lock your heart away in a shell. But it's time for your heart to be released from that shell. And it's time to really appreciate everything your heart has to offer to the table. Because your heart has some things to offer to the table that nothing else can offer to the table. And when your heart is closed off like that, you also are very closed off from the world around you. You feel alone. You feel lost. You feel miserable. You feel like nobody cares, nobody loves you, nobody has anything good to offer into your life, that this world is just a cruel, awful, horrible place. And you get very paranoid and very afraid and fearful. But as we let all those things go and we allow ourselves to come back to life again and to express ourselves again, to love again, to really be present in life and in the moment and to really see the beauty of the world around us. We can't see the beauty of the world around us when our heart is tucked away. But when we bring it back to life again, we start to see the world in a whole new way. The world is a beautiful place as much as it is an awful place. It has both sides. So start focusing on some of those good things and pulling yourself out of that pain. Please take my lack of interest as a no. I have boundary issues and I have a hard time hurting others with rejection, as I know how that feels. Rejection is protection, but I still have a hard time seeing it that way from either side. Love is when both people feel it, and that's what we both really want. Find the strength to let me go. Find someone who gives you the time and the interest that you're looking for and that you deserve. Don't get stuck on someone who doesn't see you that way. It hurts, and I should know. I wish that I could be honest with you, but it hurts too much. I know that sounds selfish, but it is what it is. Maybe one day I will learn to speak my truth. So about 20 minutes ago or so in this video, maybe a half hour ago, I was discussing this. People have a hard time telling people no because it hurts them. Just like people have a hard time hearing no because it hurts them. When somebody rejects you, does it make you feel worthless? Does it make you feel lost? Does it make you feel alone? Does it make you feel miserable? Does it make you feel like your whole world just came crashing down and like you are somebody that nobody could ever love? Because it shouldn't. Just because that one person didn't feel those same things for you does not mean the world comes to an end. There's somebody else out there who will feel those things for you, and that's what you want anyway. You want somebody who loves you the way that you love them. When your heart is closed off too, you go for people whose hearts are closed off generally, a lot of times. Those people who are not building those intimate connections. Because you are not building those intimate connections. But when you take that time away to heal yourself and to start feeling again, then you start going for people who are feeling, people who are emotional, people who are wanting that emotional connection and bond. And also, if you need to reject somebody, reject them. Because it's much better to reject them than it is to leave them feeling confused, lost, alone, hurt for so long. It may make them feel that way when you first reject them, but they will heal and they will get over it. They will have that closure they needed. But when you don't give them that rejection, you starve them of the truth. And you may not have hurt them immediately, but you hurt them much worse by letting them linger that way. And at the same time, forgive the people who have done this to you, because they did this to you because they weren't wanting to hurt you. They weren't wanting to see your tears. They weren't wanting to feel your pain. You might think they're narcissistic, but honestly, they could have been very, very empathic, and they really just did not want to feel that hurt that they were dishing out to you. That pain that they were causing you by expressing the truth of how they feel, because they know the truth of how they feel is going to hurt you. The Nine of Cups, Six of Swords, the Deck card, and the Devil. So moving away from this energy of manifesting things that can never be. Really being able to resist the temptations that are coming into your life as well. Being able to move away from the darkness into the light. Being able to see things from a new perspective. And really being able to feel emotionally complete and content in and of yourself without feeling like there's a void that you need to fill from the outside, because you have it all inside of you. Knowing that your wishes can come true, but your wishes are not going to come true in a situation where somebody doesn't feel the same for you as you do for them. So really being able to unbind yourself from these energies, being able to let go, being able to release, being able to move away from a codependent energy of feeling like you need the love or validation of another to feel good about yourself, and being able to love and validate yourself, being able to see the beauty in you even when other people are not seeing that. And also being able to move away from society's construct of what you should be doing, and being able to do the things that you feel like you should be doing, no matter what anybody else thinks about that. Because some people could be seeing some of the things that you're doing as taboo or wrong or not okay. And you know what? It doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about that. It matters how you feel about it and what you feel like you should be doing, not what they feel like you should be doing. The black egg, the rabbit, the elk, and the nightingale. The fear of expressing yourself, the fear of being authentic, the fear of being truthful, the fear of letting people down, the fear of hurting people should not stop you. You should be able to express your truth. You know, to me, a harsh truth that is hurtful and painful is so much better than candy-coated bullshit any day of the week. And so if you are candy coating shit to not hurt people, to walk on eggshells and keep everyone else happy, do not be doing that. And also remember that there may be people around you that are doing this as well. Look for it, notice it. And don't allow them to do it. Tell them that they need to speak their truth, but also really see the truth anyway. Don't allow your intuition to be blocked out by the lies that are on the surface. Know that you are strong and stable on your own, that you can really deal with things without having to have others behind you. Singing, dancing, expressing yourself is really going to be very beneficial for you, very important for you. It'll help you to gain strength, stability. In times of hurt or times of pain or times of fear, take some time for dancing, singing. Take some time in nature. Take some time to really calm yourself and feel good about yourself. Do for you what a good parent would do. So, that's what I have for that portion of message. And if anybody wanted to be able to donate or purchase a question, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list all in the description box below. And I truly appreciate anybody who does any of those things. It really does help me out more than you guys know, and I am so grateful to you for that. So thank you ahead of time. And let's see what other messages our guides have for us. You may be feeling very drained at this time. Take a step back and really look at things. Who or what is bringing this feeling about? Is it something outside of yourself or is it something inside of you? Are you taking enough time for self-care? Are you taking care of your energy? Are you overthinking? Protection, cleansing, and time for recharging. Spend some time on your own and with you. Pull back your energy, and this will allow you to see what may be causing this draining feeling. So, it is really hard for some people to spend time on their own, away from the world. It makes people feel like they're alone. It makes people feel like nobody cares. It makes people feel like there's just a lot of different things that can happen when you're alone. But being able to be alone and on your own without anything outside of you is very healthy for you. It's very healthy for your mental health. It's very healthy for your emotional health. It's healthy for your physical health. It's healthy for you as a person to be able to spend this time on your own. It's healthy for your energy to be able to take a break and recharge and get away from the world a little bit. And people will tell you antisocial behavior is very unhealthy and it's not good. And it's not good to spend all this time alone. Well, you know what? As far as I go, when I'm upset about things or when I got anything going on, being alone is the best thing for me. You need to get to a place where being alone is the best thing for you when you're going through something. Not feeling like you need others to take care of your energy, but feeling like you can take care of your energy and feeling like others can take care of their energy. And if they can't, that's theirs to work on. That's not yours. That's not your responsibility to take on simply because they can't figure out how to do it themselves. They will figure out how to do it themselves eventually. And some people never do. But that is not on you. That's not your responsibility. So taking some time away from the world is something that you need to do for you. And that is self-love. That is showing yourself kindness, care, empathy, compassion, understanding. That is showing yourself that you matter. And that is what you need to do for you so that you feel like you matter. Has nothing to do with external validation when it comes to feeling like you matter. It has to do with you and how you treat yourself. Claim your power, create your world. You have the power to face and overcome any obstacles. It's okay to feel anxious, stressed, or upset, but don't live there. Don't allow this energy to destroy all that you have worked so hard for. You have so much power, more than you have been led to believe. You have already seen a lot of it too. Trust in yourself and trust in what you believe. So, don't allow other people to distract you from what you have going on that is healthy for you, from what you have going on that you're working on in your life. Don't allow other situations to call your energy away from you. Don't spend all of your time overthinking and obsessing about the people around you or about the situations they got going on. What is really draining you? Is it other people or is it yourself? Is it you giving all of your energy away? Is it you constantly stressing about everything everyone else has going on? Is it you carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders and refusing to let it go? Is it you feeling responsible for everything and everyone? Or is it actually other people that are pushing you into this energy? No, because you can choose it. You have the power. You have the control. So you are the one in charge of whether or not you're taking care of your energy, whether or not you are being drained. Whether or not you are being drained is in your power, because you can choose to move away from things that are draining you, people that are draining you, places that are draining you. You can also choose to recharge instead of allowing people to suck you dry. You can blame it on the vampires all you like, but the one who's really responsible is yourself at the end of the day, because you're the one refusing to walk away from the situation and take care of you when you need to. So walk away from the situation and take care of you if that's what you feel like you need to do. And I know this because I have done this. I'm not talking out my ass. I have done this, and it's not the vampire's fault when you allow them to suck you dry. That's your fault. And the only way you're going to be able to change that is when you accept that. And when you make changes in your life that reflect that. Focus on the things around you, now and here. See the beauty in it all. Show gratitude and clear out anything that is unneeded. Blessings will soon be coming in. You just may not see the results of your work yet. Patience will pay off. You will be feeling all eyes are on you, that you may not have done the right thing. Who's to say what the right thing is anyway? We are all doing the best that we can in the moment. Have compassion for yourself. Your intentions were pure, and your patience will pay off with a generous offer. And sometimes we look back and we go, oh shit, did I really do that? Maybe I shouldn't have done that. But you know what? You were trying to do the right thing. And sometimes that gives you more compassion and understanding and less judgment of others when others were trying to do the right thing, but really just didn't know how to. Your intentions were pure, and your patience will pay off with a generous offer. You may have been tricked and left to walk away in shame, but there is someone who sees the real value. Open your heart up to receive. So it's time to open your heart up. It's time to really believe that you are worthy of something real, that you are worthy of good people in your life, that you really do deserve to have some peace and some good energy in your life. But once you're okay on your own and away from people, then you're less willing to accept things that disturb your peace as well. You're less willing to accept things that are half-hearted offers. You know that you're okay on your own. So what do you need this person here for? You don't need them, but you want them. And if things don't work out right, you're capable of walking away. But when you're stuck in that energy of, I need these people around me, and if these people aren't around me, and if these people are doing all these wrong things, then this is what's ruining my life. No, choosing to be around those people that are doing those things to you is what's causing the chaos in your life. It's not those people. But if you feel like you need those people around, then you're willing to put up with a lot more than you would if you felt like you just wanted them around. When you just want them around, then you're willing to walk away when it's necessary and beneficial for your mental health. Ace of Cups, loving yourself. Damn straight. Three of Swords and the Hierophant. So you could definitely have been broken, hurt, in pain. Somebody could have betrayed you in a very, very strong fashion. Somebody could have really hurt you, took your love for granted, really chose to destroy you in some sort of way. There could have even been somebody who might have actually even lied to law enforcement about you for some of you. Somebody really tried to hurt you. And at the same time, you may have allowed it because you felt like you needed this person in your life, so you stuck around until they hurt you to that point. When the universe doesn't want you in a situation, they will allow that person to continually hurt you until you get the point and get the fuck out of there. Until you realize that, hey, I don't need this person. I'm okay on my own. So as codependent as you may feel like those people were, you were codependent at that point too. And you were very hurt by this situation. But taking time to love yourself, care for yourself, nurture yourself, fill yourself up, and feel beautiful and amazing and wonderful on your own is what is going to allow you to dump this beauty onto the world around you. It's also going to allow you to realize that love is love, sure, but so is self-love. Self-love isn't selfish. So is tough love. Tough love isn't cruel or mean or hurtful. Tough love is necessary too. Boundaries are healthy and good for you. Being able to have somebody in your life, not because you need them in your life, but because you want them in your life, is going to be something that is going to change your world dramatically. It's going to allow you to see that you put up with a lot of things that you should not have put up with. And it's going to allow you to be able to take your power back and realize that I have the choice that I can make to change that and to create a different dynamic in situations by behaving in a different way, by behaving not out of a need for this person to be there all the time, but by behaving out of a way of, I want you to be here, but if you are going to treat me this way, then I can move away from this situation because I don't need this situation. I don't need the validation. I don't need the approval. I don't need anything to make me feel like I am loved because I am loved. The crow, the butterfly, the swan, the spider, and the bat. There is definitely a very strong telepathic connection going on in this situation as well. There is definitely somebody who sees you and the value that you have, and you know that they do because you can feel it. Deep down, you know it's true, and you can feel this energy and this connection. But you may not be going towards it because of the fears, because of the pain of the past, because of the hurt. And it's time to allow that to fall away and follow your intuition and trust in the signs, the synchronicities, and the messages that you are receiving in. You may even have a very beneficial dream for you or vision of what's to come that is going to create a massive transformation in your life. It's time to really look into the mirror and to be at peace with what you see there. And to still love yourself, even with what you see there. Your intentions were pure. That doesn't mean you did everything right. We all make mistakes. Even when we're trying to be in that high energy, even when we're trying to do the right thing, we all make mistakes sometimes. Transforming your view of self is going to transform your view of the world around you. Allow that view to be changed. Allow your perceptions to be changed. Allow the hard work that you have been putting in to pay off. Allow this transformation to take place and know that these changes are equally capable of bringing bad as they are good, and most situations bring both. They just do. Don't fear the bad. Embrace the good. And know that there are people who have seen you, that you have helped, that you have done things for, that you have been there for. There are people that appreciate the gifts that you have brought them and the beauty that you have brought into their life. They see it, they know it, and they want to return these things. But you have to be open to those things coming back into you. You have to be open to people being good to you the way that you are good to people. And in order to do that, you have to love yourself enough to see that you are worthy of that. You have to be open and receptive. You have to let go of this thing of I can do it all myself and I don't need any help from anyone ever. And you have to be open to allowing it to take place. And as you open yourself up to that, blessings are going to be pouring in. Time to shine creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. It's your time to shine. It's your time to show the ways that you've changed, the ways that you've healed, the ways that you've done it. It's time for you to share your story. It's time for you to truly believe in you and the work that you've done. And it's time to see that there is massive, beautiful opportunities coming into you for the energetic resonance that you are creating in your life, for this lack of codependency, and for this beauty that you find in yourself instead of needing that validation from the outside world. When I looked up at the clock, it was at 1:33:33. You are definitely protected on your endeavors and on your journeys. You're learning, growing, changing, accomplishing, overcoming. And all of those things are beautiful. Don't hate your past self. Love your past self, because your past self brought you to where you are today. Water. Work with the element of water for healing, purification, and refinement. Mystic Star. Harmony in the home, great friendships, happy love, a joyful, stable partnership, and good friends. So, by cleansing, protecting, purifying your energy, by taking this time and space alone to yourself to heal, to grow, to really find that self-love, that self-validation, the worth and the beauty inside of you, by taking the time to purify your energy, by taking the time to cleanse yourself, by taking the time to really look within, you are going to change the entire world outside of yourself. You're going to start finding harmony and peace in your home and in the friendships that you have, in the partnerships that you have. You are really going to be walking into a time period of so many opportunities that are amazingly golden and abundant. And you are definitely going to be creating joyful, stable partnerships. You're going to be having good friendships. You're going to be having good connections and relationships because you're no longer going to be relying on the person outside of yourself to make you feel whole. You're going to be feeling whole already. There's that pressure's off the other person, and you are no longer blaming outside circumstances for your current life. But you're taking responsibility and accountability, and you're stepping up to the plate. You're taking care of your mental and emotional health, and you're loving yourself the way that you should be. And you are no longer feeling like everybody else's mental health or emotional health or everybody else's validation or self-worth is your responsibility, because it isn't. It's to be found inside themselves, not inside of you. Just like yours is to be found inside of yourself and not inside of others. That doesn't mean you can't have empathy. That doesn't mean you can't have care. That doesn't mean that you can't help people when you see the need for it. But that also means that you will walk away when people are not putting that help to good use, when they're just taking advantage of it. And vice versa. Maybe people have walked away from you, and maybe that could be part of the reason why, is because maybe you were putting your validation in their hands instead of your own, and it was too much for them to handle and deal with, and it was draining them. Like I said before, just because your intentions are pure doesn't mean you're always making the right choice. It doesn't mean that everything you do is good. We all make mistakes, and we all mess up sometimes, and that's okay. I've done my share of that as well. So, let's see what other messages our guides have for us. I think I might call this one the closeout message. My battery is getting close to dead, and yeah. So, time to buy some, okay. Time to buy someone is what I almost said. Do not be buying people. Just putting that out there. Trying to buy someone is the biggest red flag for me anymore, or even thinking that I could be bought. Don't sell yourself short. You can do it on your own if you had to. Hard? Yes. Worth it? Worth every second of misery it takes, because that freedom is worth it. So, if people are trying to buy you in whatever way, trying to woo you through how much they can throw at you, you're worth more. Look at the actions they're throwing at you. Look at the attention they're throwing at you. Look at the time they're throwing at you. Look at whether or not you're a priority in this person's life. Just because they can take you to a fancy dinner, or just because they can buy you a new outfit or new jewelry, doesn't mean they're going to treat you right either. Stop worrying. Get out more. You are enough. Possibilities await. Open up. Be yourself. Don't hide. Know yourself. Knowledge is power. Loyalty to self. Peace is within. Cleanse your energy. Guide me home. Listen to your intuition, love. Balance and calm your mind. Go after your dreams. You know where you belong. Find your center. Release all your worries. Ground yourself. Open up to receiving. Peace comes to you now. Find your heart space. Visit nature. Light up your mind. It will light up your life. So basically, this covered a lot of what we covered in this reading today on a whole. Trust in yourself. and look inside of you for your peace. Don't look outside of you for your peace. Ground yourself. Open up to receiving, but don't allow receiving to be the biggest part of it either. Go after your dreams. Where is it that you feel like you belong? Where is it that you feel the most at peace? Where is it that your energy is not disrupted so much by others? It's time to stop hiding yourself and to be true to who you are. Throw the game to get the win. Winning and losing is all that matters. When you do that, your love batters. Set your pride to the side. Your heart now confide. No more lies cross your lips. Poison from your tongue drips. Ease the pain of your pride. Tell the truth of what you lied. So, if you told somebody that you hate them, that you don't love them, that you don't care about them, that whatever, or if you were just competing, or if you were trying to win in a situation, whatever the case may be, it's time to throw that aside. It's time to express what you're really feeling inside, and it's time to let your pride go. It's time to let your ego go. And it's time to be at peace with expressing the message that you have to release. The message that's waiting inside of you, bubbling up and wanting release. Trying to keep you in a state of confusion and lack. They are warping your view of yourself. They are scared of you knowing your true power and the changes that you can really make. Believe in yourself, love yourself, and know that you are here for a reason. Some worst cases may even have you contemplating suicide. Don't give away your greatest gift. Focus on gratitude. So, maybe you've been on both sides of this. That's what I'm feeling like this message might be, is that you've been on both sides of this. That you have dealt with somebody who caused you a lot of pain. And maybe you caused somebody else a lot of pain too. And now it might be time to come clean and to express what you need to express, to let people know what you really feel inside. It's amazing the changes that you can really make, the impact that you can really have on this world. You might have been in a state of confusion and lack. You may even be dealing with somebody outside yourself right now who is in this same state. And maybe you have something that you can say that will help them to be able to see through that fog. You are breaking cycles from the past through to the future generations, long festering karma and karmic wounds. It is time to let go. Be true to you. Allow yourself to shine bright. Leave behind what you were taught in favor of the new things that you have learned. Talking points may help you in some way. Write a sentence and see what follows. It's time to really explore. Stop thinking curiosity is a bad thing. It sometimes leads to bad things, but it just as often leads to some good ones too. Take calculated risks, but be discerning, not fearful. Let that fear give rise to faith and courage. Now is the time for commitment tests, and only the strongest make it through. You can do this, believe it, and make it so. So, your commitment to the path that you're walking down will be tested. And that's because you need to know how important it is to you. If it's something that is very important to you, you're willing to fight for it. You're willing to do whatever it takes. You're willing to sacrifice your pride and your ego. You're willing to let go, and you're willing to allow good things to come from that. It's time to really explore things. To stop thinking that curiosity is a bad thing. Curiosity killed the cat, but satisfaction brought it back. I've always said curiosity killed the cat. Well, if it killed the cat, then it killed me first. That's for damn sure. Because I'm a very curious person. And I'm not dead yet. I'm still sitting here. My mom doesn't like a lot of what I do with my life because she feels like I'm going to die doing what I'm doing. But you know what? As I told her, if I die doing what I love, fucking celebrate that shit. I went home anyway, for one thing. But for another thing, it's, what am I going to regret at the end of my time here? Nothing. Because I chose to do it. Do you want to be sitting at the end of your days going, oh, I should have did this and I should have did that and I should have did this? Or do you want to be sitting at the end of the days going, wow, I did everything that I wanted to do. And it turned out amazing. And some of it turned out shitty. Sure it did. Of course it did. Because things happen that way sometimes. But At the end of the day, I took that chance. I took that risk. I did what I wanted to do. And I got my answers. I got my closure. I got everything that I needed because I didn't hold back and wonder and worry and wait. But I took those steps. I took those steps to tempt fate. The Nine of Wands, the Three of Cups, the Six of Wands, and the Sun. So really, you have been through a lot in your life, but you are far stronger than you realize. 144.44 was just on the clock when I looked up. You're much stronger than you realize. You have a very solid foundation. It's time to really celebrate life, to enjoy yourself, to get out there and have some fun. What's the point of living if all you're doing in your life is just mundane, boring tasks every day? Or if all you're doing in your life is fretting and worrying and waiting, when you could be getting out there and enjoying yourself, having fun, going out, accepting the offers coming your way, really recognizing yourself. I feel like there's going to be a lot of success coming your way, a lot of recognition. You're really going to be overcoming a lot of obstacles, and you're going to be seeing a lot of truths as well. As you get out there more, as you are yourself more, as you remove those layers and those masks and you just allow yourself to be you, you are going to be really drawing in and attracting energies that resonate more fully with you, because you're not going to be holding back anymore. When you're holding back, you're hiding yourself. You're hiding who you are, and you're not allowing others who are like you to find you. But when you get out there and you allow yourself to experience things, to enjoy life, to really flourish and to be you, you call in a lot of those similar energies to yourself. Cosmic egg, the scorpion, and the earthworm. Recognizing hurtful things you may have said, making amends for them, changing the cycles, shedding the old skin, allowing that to come to rest. Recognizing hurtful things that others have said to you and letting those go. Healing yourself. Regenerating yourself. Realizing that the seeds that you plant have an impact on the world around you. What you decide to plant is what decides to grow. And you're a very fertile person, so you can grow a lot from the seeds that you plant. But what types of seeds do you want to plant? Do you want to plant the seeds of truth, of happiness, optimism, joy, positivity, recognition, success, love, life, happiness, joy, fun? Or do you want to be planting the seeds of misery, sadness, hurt, pain, loss, anger, fear, resentment, bitterness, jealousy? The seeds that you plant are very important because you reap what you grow. What do you want to be reaping? And don't hate yourself for some of the less good crops that you've planted, because that's how we learn. That's how we grow. And also release the judgment of others for the seeds that they have planted, because that's how they were learning and growing. It's time to really see the beauty inside of yourself and to let that beauty shine and glow, and to really be who you are inside. Blessings coming your way as you embrace yourself. Earth, ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. You're going to be able to be very strong in times of chaos, very solid, very stable, very grounded. And you're really going to start to realize just how much strength you had inside of yourself all this time. But all of it came from the rough journey that you have gone down as well. So you're going to be a lot more grateful for the hard things that you've faced and the hard things you've had to make your way through. The cloudiness, the confusion, all of the things that you have gone through have made you who you are today. And the strength that you have within is because of that. The sun, the golden energy of the sun, brings fame and fortune. Really being recognized, seen, being successful. That comes from accepting yourself, loving yourself, and putting yourself out there fully, and not caring what anybody else thinks or believes or wants to say, because that doesn't even matter, and that all falls away. Prosperity, a prosperous business with riches and successes. You are definitely going to be overcoming a lot of hurdles and gaining a lot of success, a lot of clarity, a lot of truth. You're really going to be seeing things in a different light. You're going to see that your persistence, your dedication, your faith, your trust, your belief in yourself, and how hard you have fought to make it through everything that you have made it through was worth it in the end. Because all of the seeds that you have planted are going to be sprouting and growing and creating a lot of abundance in your life. Perseverance, the motivation to keep going despite the odds. So, you have that motivation inside of you. When you're following your life purpose and your path and what you feel is right for you, you will keep going no matter what is thrown at your way. That commitment test that we were talking about earlier, that's what that perseverance is for, so that you can overcome any tests of your commitment. When you feel like you are on the right path and when you feel like you are going towards your truest destiny, towards your life purpose, when you feel like you are chosen for what you're working on, you will keep going no matter what. And as you keep going no matter what, the truth of that will be revealed. The success will come in. The obstacles will be overcome, and you will succeed. So believe in your capability to be able to succeed in your endeavors, because you have it within you to do just that. So that is what I have for today's messages, and I really hope that you guys enjoyed this reading. If anybody wants to be able to donate to the channel, you can find my Cash App, PayPal, and Amazon wish list in the description box below. And I truly appreciate any of you who do that and help me out on my journey, as I am here to help you out on your journey. And I really hope you guys all have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are when you're watching. Bye-bye, guys.